This is a cemetery. This is me at a cemetery. What am I doing there? I'll get to that in a minute. But in the meantime, what would you think if in an instant it went from daytime to night? Well, if you're anything like me, it would mean that you have an overactive imagination and your mind tends to run away from you. For example, because it went dark so quickly, I got a sense that something was approaching. All I could think about was a crazy man in the country of Korea. You know, the one from the north, launching a nuclear missile at us, ending in obliteration. Fortunately, that's not the case. But who knows? With people in control these days, anything's possible. I began my journey with a 4-hour drive down from Seattle to Buena Vista, Oregon. Through my research with Google Maps, I determined that this was the best place for me to observe the celestial event that was soon to take place. Buena Vista Cemetery. It's a small little cemetery that hardly seems on the grid. This place has a creepy feel to it and is home to residents dating back to the late 1800s. As I walked around the place, I couldn't help but feel chills running down my arm. But I was looking for a place with not many people, and although there were people here, of the dead variety, it was a fairly safe assumption that they would not get in my way.
Good morning, guys. Today is a very special occasion, for me anyway. I'm in, what is this place called? Buena Vista. Buena Vista is a town just west of Salem, and it just happens to be in the path of totality. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the eclipse. No doubt you've seen a ton of videos on the eclipse, and if you did not go to see the eclipse, I pity you, because this is going to be amazing, right? So me being me, I don't just want to get the eclipse, I want to do it someplace unusual. So what did I choose? A cemetery, right? So it's bright as day out here, and when we reach C2, that's when the moon completely obscures the sun. It's going to go from day to dark, and we'll be out in the cemetery, and I'm just curious to see if the dead will rise up, you know, and it'll be like Michael Jackson's video. Anyway, I'll probably cut that out, that's stupid. But yeah, so we're in the path of totality here in a cemetery. I thought that would be a cool place to see the eclipse, so I'm really excited to experience this. This is my first eclipse. There was another eclipse when I was a little boy, but I don't remember that one. But this one, I'm going to remember and cherish forever.
So before I set up my equipment, I took some time to walk around and meet the neighbors. They weren't too talkative though. They mostly just laid around. The good part is that they didn't seem to mind me being there.
Okay, so we just had first contact, got the camera running. I'm gonna take a look in the viewfinder and see if I can get a peek of the moon crossing the sun.
The sun is so bright, there's no way you can see what's going on without a filter. Stating the obvious, the bright disk is the sun. The portion of the sun that appears to have a bite taken out of it would be the moon.
All right, things are moving. I can see the moon crossing over, starting to block the sun. It's pretty amazing.
From a macroscopic point of view, the moon casts its shadow on the earth as it passes in front of the sun. As depicted here, the darkest part of the shadow is totality. Those outside the darkest part only receive a partial eclipse. This eclipse was special for citizens of the US because it went from the west to east coast.
All right, this is pretty exciting. The moon has significantly moved in front of the sun. You can definitely see it. And to help
45 minutes until totality. Observe decrease in ambient temperature.
All right, so I got this cool app to help observe the eclipse. It tells you every event that's about to take place. It says 45 minutes to totality. That's when it's going to go from daytime to nighttime, and the horizon will look like sunset. I've seen it on video. It looks amazing. This is my first eclipse, and it's pretty darn exciting.
Each minute, the moon passed more and more in front of the sun. When the moon obscured roughly 50% of the sun, the ambient temperature began to drop and things began to cool down. And the lighting began to change. I couldn't quite put my finger on how things looked different, but they did. Unfortunately, my camera simply wasn't sensitive enough to effectively show how different the light was, but even the shadows on the ground were unusual.
Okay, things are really starting to get different here. It's gotten dimmer. My app said we're 30 minutes from totality, and it has gotten significantly dimmer. And the temperature is dropping. Also, there's these little gnats, I like to call them. These little gnats are flying around. Things are definitely starting to change around here. This is amazing, amazing.
Time seemed to fly by as we got closer to totality. The sun was just about completely blocked by the moon, and the excitement was building.
So second contact will be at 10:17. Right now it is 10:06. So we got we're about 10 minutes out from totality when it's gonna get dark, and it's already getting significantly darker out here. But it's gonna look like nighttime. The horizon should be amazing. I'm really excited to see this.
Just before the lights went out, I started to see birds soaring high in the sky looking for prey. In a period of less than an hour, the moon had managed to reduce our mighty sun, which is 400 times larger, to a tiny sliver of light. And then it went dark. In a matter of seconds, the darkness prevailed and we were treated to a 360-degree view of a sunrise and sunset all at the same time. That's me out there trying to blog about the experience. Unfortunately, I was having technical difficulties. Things were happening too quickly for me to get them resolved in time. This darkness lasted for 2 minutes, but it felt like it only lasted 15 seconds because before I knew it, it was over. Just as quickly as the light went away, it returned.
I've experienced my first ever total solar eclipse, and it is the most amazing thing I have ever seen. Words cannot do it justice. You know, since I first heard about it, I've been so excited about it, and I am so glad that I came. I looked at a lot of videos, and everyone's like, for your first solar eclipse, don't try to photograph it, just experience for yourself. Forget that, man. You gotta photograph it. This is something you want to remember for the rest of your life. But I did take 2 seconds to see it for myself, to actually look at it, and it is beautiful. The corona of the sun, it's amazing. It's like nothing you have ever seen, you know. But I'm an advocate. There's another eclipse in the United States in 2024. Make sure that you're there. There's going to be one in 2019. I think it passes through Indonesia. I plan to be there for that one. Like I said, I have now become an eclipse chaser. It is that good. Good job. Temperature is dropping significantly. This is crazy. We don't really take into consideration how much warmth the sun provides for us, but you know, just the moon getting in front of the sun makes a difference. I mean, it's cooling down and the light is really, really weird around here. It's surreal. I can't even come up with words, and these gnats are killing me.
Our sun is some 864,000 miles in diameter, which is about 400 times the size of the moon's 2,160 mile diameter. The sun also happens to be 400 times further away from us than the moon is. These two facts mean that the disks of the sun and moon, from our perspective here on the Earth, appear to be the same size, and that's why we can see the new moon cover up the disk of the sun during a total solar eclipse.